I still have a very loud voice, and here is the letter I promised you, after Beza Ozer. Here's an idea, you are my mother. Here is another idea, we are both just empty gun barrels where our faces should be and never have been / never will be separate beings. This is a poem in which two things will happen / are happening. You're thinking about how we are losing our language to looming stratus clouds, to all-American towns where our great-grandchildren stumble over our names like they do our ancient cities. While I'm thinking about the time I thought bendiciones still counted, if you let your small brown teddy bear say them for you, please don't laugh at me. Please know that the last time I talked to my father was probably the last time I talked to my father. Let me move along. We are both just drowning sandcastles where our faces should be, and you are my mother. Here is an idea. These are not the only lives we have lived. I came from the planet Jupiter in 1831, which is 0.0001582002493716235 light years away from you, from Earth. To live here with you on Earth together, specifically in North America, specifically in the United States, specifically in North Carolina, specifically in Winston-Salem. Here is another idea. We are in Winston-Salem, and you let me forget how to say the word lost. Perdida. You hug me, and that is our new language. You hug me, and we abandon our porous, pining tongues, anchored to our mouths. Here is another story, because I love you. In my dream, my dad is there as the self I knew him to be and not who he is. The sky is pale yellow and each moment is fleeting and light. In this dream, my word for vibing is vibiendo. He didn't let me say it wrong. The dream ends with him and me in a car with a gun and a passport peeking out of a beige bag. Here is an idea. You jump in the dream and you tell him the phrase te amo, cuídate means whatever he wants it to. But in his absence, we will steal it and misplace it in Veracruz, in Lago Chica, in a discreet tropical storm. People tell me leaving is the best way to say I love you. I don't know if that's true, but I left a red spot on Jupiter for you. A revolting eternal chaos for you. A contained orange-brown rager where we spoke in swirling and didn't conjugate verbs. Where I was full and every star pronounced my name right. You and I find each other in knowing gazes and stumbling phrases between what we mean and what we say, and so much of us is silent and omitting the subject of the phrase, love you, love you, love you, love you. People say you will dissipate in my growing, you tired supernova, with golden skin and laminins dancing drunk and vibrating under the absence of air, and I will apologize for losing the teddy bear and the language. And you will tell me I can't keep refusing to pray by myself. I can't keep expecting a metaphorical bear to come and hold me and let me squeeze it and speak and ransack its prayers that move in the mother tongue mom. I only ever do what will make you smile, but I can't pray alone. It has only ever been for you, just like this human body. Here is an idea. You see my face and you call me beautiful, but only in Spanish. Here is a fact. You were meant for a peaceful soledad, and if anything in this life is fair, you will find a good home and I will build it for you. Here is a question I've been wanting to ask you all day. Do you think the summer air will always hug me like this? It's just that all our best conversations are in a humid car and winter's coming and all we can do is complain about the weather and buy more sweaters. But what I really want to ask you is, how many times have you pretended to be strong? One time I pretended to forget my dad's face and then did forget it. Perdóname. Here is a fact to change the subject. You're right about Chicago, it's cold here. And a couple days ago I ran in a storm in 36-degree weather in darkness with only streetlights to guide me, just so I could outrun time or feel something or hear your voice crashing against my cheeks. I need you to know I don't really do this often. I need you to know I came home soaking wet and didn't take a warm shower after. I need you to know I cut my hair shorter than my dad's and I look just like him now. I need you to know that I love sitting in CTA and wearing a mask over my face, and I haven't uttered a word in weeks until the poll worker warned me not to fold my ballot, and then I thought he said fold your ballot. I love all the ways I disappear here. I feel so 2008, and yes, that was the first time I wore Dad's clothes and felt my body uncoiling itself. On my way back home, I ran into a man who asked for money and a hug. I could give him neither, but I promised I would when I saw him again. It's been weeks and I still haven't seen him. I think people disappear in this city, Mom. And this apartment doesn't feel as alive without your yelling, making a home for itself in the divots of our light popcorn ceiling. I know you are busy, so I'll make this quick. Here's what I would tell you out loud if I weren't so scared. Come live in the ocean with me. And let sand get in your swim shorts, and let's only eat ripe mangoes. I'll drive all the way over. I just need you to be sitting in the last place I left you. Here's what I would tell my grandma before she leaves me. I'm sorry, but I'm rubbing all of the coconut oil you mailed me into my scalp, and I'm letting the smell consume me like a black hole, and I'll leave it there until I confuse my body for yours. Anyway, how are your bones? Here's what I would tell my father if I was 11 again. Your voice is fading into the past of me, and you are in the section of my heart I had plastered over. Here's what I would tell Grandpa if he was still here, and if I could translate it into Spanish. I can feel you watching over me when I'm fearful of myself, even though I've never seen you in your flesh, or heard your voice with your bones in it. I hope you know this poem is for you too. Here's an apology. I'm sorry I don't say I love you enough in this poem, and I'm sorry I don't know how to say it in real life, and poetry is the dreamiest way to write something down. What I'm saying is, yes, I'll dance with you in this venue on this sticky beer floor with all my distant relatives and family friends and strangers watching us next time you ask. Yes, I will wear the outfit you kindly bought for me that I may kindly return, and in return, when I come back to earth, I need you to be smiling in the same place I left you. Here is a memory I tuck in before I go to sleep. One time I drove in a mountain that looked like green shards of glass, while country music ate at our ears as I told you I'd change nothing about my life. In this moment, I am telling the truth. And you tell me how your shame is so secret and invisible and a part of you. It is the same shade of pink as the muscles on your carpal tunnel wrists. Sometimes you repeat yourself in English, and I bite my tongue in whatever word means. Please speak to me in the language you love in. This is happening and not happening, specifically in the middle of nowhere, Ohio, specifically in a car with its own small warm universe, and you and your body have finally arrived on this plane of existence. I wonder where your face has been all this time.